To the headlines. Chaos at JKIA as workers strike over Adani deal. Cotton traceability pilot launched in Pakistan. Alleged killer of Ugandan Olympian dies in Kenyan hospital. Peru's ex-president Alberto Fujimori dies at 86. Kenyan coach Firat challenges Cameroon in AFCON qualifier.
Good morning and welcome to Traceability TV News, your source for the latest updates on global traceability and safety concerns. I'm your host, Marian Munyoki. Travelers at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport faced major disruptions earlier this week after aviation workers launched a strike over the proposed leasing of the airport to India's Adani Group. Flights were delayed and check-ins halted, causing chaos at the airport. The Kenya Aviation Workers Union has strongly opposed the deal, raising concerns about potential job losses and poor working conditions. Despite temporary postponement, the strike resumed after talks with the government failed to yield a resolution. Our reporter on the ground has more on this story.
Here at JKIA, chaos have gripped the airport with long queues of frustrated passengers. Many have been waiting for hours with little communication from officials. One traveler heading to Eldoret told me that they have abandoned their flight and opted to road travel due to the indefinite delays. The strike, organized by Kenya Aviation Workers Union, is a direct response to the planned leasing of JKIA to Adani Group, which they argue will lead to mass layoffs and shifts in working conditions. The strike is taking place just a day after the High Court temporarily halted the deal following a suit by the Kenya Human Rights Commission and the Law Society of Kenya, calling it a violation of good governance principles. However, until the state responds with documentation or cancels the deal, the strike continues. Regis Regina, Traceability TV.
Experts are pushing for telehealth as a solution to Kenya's healthcare challenges. With the country's growing population and shortage of doctors, telehealth services could be critical in bridging the gap, particularly in rural areas where access to medical care is limited. According to HealthX Africa's CEO Roy Bohr, the traditional model of healthcare is unsustainable and digital health solutions must be embraced to meet the country's future health challenges.
Here in rural Kenya, the doctor-to-population ratio is staggering. In some counties like Kwale, there is only one doctor for every 78,000 people. Many residents travel over 5 kilometers to access healthcare. Experts like Roy Bohr are advocating for telehealth to bridge this gap. By using mobile technologies, people can now connect with healthcare professionals remotely, reducing the need for physical facilities. Additionally, Lifecare International is taking steps to integrate telehealth into insurance products like Kura Health Insurance, providing 24/7 access to doctors and comprehensive medical services to those in need. This approach could revolutionize healthcare delivery in Kenya and help meet the growing demands of the population. Jade Smith, Traceability TV.
The International Fund for Agricultural Development, or IFAD, has won the prestigious World Future Award for its Trace blockchain initiative. The initiative was recognized for revolutionizing fund traceability and development impact in rural communities. Using advanced blockchain technology, Trace ensures that funds and resources reach their intended recipients, promoting transparency, efficiency, and accountability across agricultural supply chains. Our reporter has more on this story.
The Trace initiative, developed by IFAD, uses blockchain technology to track the movement of funds from donors to individual farmers. This breakthrough solution has already been deployed in 7 countries, with plans to expand to 90 nations. The platform's integration of smart contracts ensures real-time payments and compliance with anti-money laundering regulations, offering unprecedented transparency in global agricultural funding. Advit Nath, the director of IFAD leading the Trace initiative, says the platform represents a leap forward in financial accountability. it has successfully tracked over $300 million in funds, benefiting more than 500,000 farmers worldwide, with plans to scale further and attract both public and private sector funding to advance the Sustainable Development Goals. Ronald Reagan, Traceability TV.
Car enthusiasts will be treated to a rare display at the upcoming Africa Concours d'Elegance with the entry of a 1928 Durant. The classic American car, which is likely the only one in Kenya, will be among the highlights of the event on September 29th. The Africa Concours d'Elegance, hosted at the Nairobi Rescos, is set to showcase a mix of vintage cars, including a 1966 Ford Mustang and a 1970 Fiat 500F.
The Africa Concours d'Elegance is attracting great attention this year with the entry of a rare 1928 Durant, a vehicle that will compete in the pre-1930 class. Owned by Sachit Shah, this car features a wooden box body reflecting the design of vehicles in the 1930s, used for both passenger and cargo transport. Durant Motors was founded by Billy Durant in 1921, and although the company closed in 1932, its legacy lives on through its limited classic cars. The Concours will also showcase other interesting entries, including a 1966 Ford Mustang by rally driver Rob Collinger and a 1937 MGTA from Paras Shah. Fans of classic cars will not be disappointed, as both newcomers and regulars are expected to deliver an impressive lineup at the Nairobi Racecourse. Jade Smith, Traceability TV.
A man suspected of killing Ugandan Olympian Rebecca Cheptegei has died in a Kenyan hospital. Dixon Diema Marangach, who allegedly set Cheptegei on fire over a land dispute, succumbed to his injuries at the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Eldoret. Cheptegei, who was a distance runner and had competed in the Paris Olympics, passed away a few days earlier from severe burns. Her death has sparked outrage and is a tragic reminder of the rising violence against female athletes in Kenya.
The shocking incident occurred last Sunday in Cheptegei's home in Kenya's Rift Valley. Authorities say a dispute over a piece of land led to the attack, with Marangach pouring gasoline on the 33-year-old Olympian and setting her on fire. Cheptegei, who had burns covering 75% of her body, died just days later. Marangach himself sustained burns on 30% of his body and was also being treated at the same hospital, where he later died. This tragedy has drawn widespread condemnation, with fellow athletes calling for more protection of female runners. Many are reminded of the tragic death of Kenyan runner Agnes Tirop, who was murdered in 2021. Advocates say such incidents highlight the ongoing violence and harassment faced by women in the country, particularly those in the spotlight due to their success. Regina, Traceability TV.
In Pakistan, a new initiative is aiming to improve traceability in the cotton industry. Global Supply Chain Compliance from LRQA has teamed up with Applied DNA Sciences to launch a cotton traceability pilot program. This program will use forensic technologies, including isotope and DNA testing, to verify the origins of cotton and ensure it meets strict international standards.
The Cotton Traceability Pilot is part of the Global Trace Protocol, a project funded by the U.S. Department of Labor. This initiative is designed to combat forced and child labor in textile supply chains by providing greater transparency about the origin of cotton used in products. LRQA will work with local cotton producers and global brands to implement this technology and develop resources for due diligence in cotton sourcing. The pilot program success could lead to a more transparent and ethical textile industry. Evans Lucy, Traceability TV.
The Produce Traceability Initiative, sponsored by the Canadian Produce Marketing Association, GS1 US, GS1 Canada, and the International Fresh Produce Association, has launched a new working group titled Enhancing Traceability Through Technology. The group aims to help the industry prepare for traceability requirements under the Food Safety Modernization Act. Their focus will be on improving data sharing and adopting advanced technologies. More details can be found on the updated PTI website. Our reporter brings us more on this development.
The new PTI working group brings together more than 50 industry members to explore cutting-edge ways to enhance produce traceability. This group will focus on developing best practices for data sharing and reviewing global location number guidelines. They're also investigating new technologies, including RFID and 2D barcodes on produce labels, to track products from farm to table. With increasing compliance challenges, these efforts are crucial for ensuring food safety and supply chain transparency. Interested industry participants can contact Ryan Richard at GS1 US or Jane Proctor at CPMA through the PTI website. Janet Zalani, Traceability TV.
A new report from the United Nations has revealed that the world's least developed countries are struggling to meet their export goals. The target was to double the share of global exports by 2030, but little progress has been made. Our reporter explains more.
According to the UN's SDG Pulse 2024 report, the share of global exports from the least developed countries has remained stagnant at 1% since 2011, well below the 2030 target of 2%. This target is part of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which aims to promote economic growth and reduce poverty worldwide. United Nations Sustainable Development Secretary General Rebecca Greenspan called the report a wake-up call, urging governments, businesses, and civil societies to act quickly. With less than 7 years to go, the chances of meeting the export target appears increasingly slim. Ronald Reagan, Traceability TV.
In Nigeria, severe flooding has caused major damage to a zoo, releasing dangerous animals into nearby communities. This comes as part of the worst floods the region has experienced in recent years. Here's our reporter with more.
Heavy floods in northeastern Nigeria have devastated a state-run zoo in Borno State, killing over 80% of animals. Crocodiles, snakes, and other dangerous creatures have been swept into residential areas, causing concern for local communities. Zoo officials and rescue teams are working hard to contain the situation. The floods were caused by an overflow at the Alau Dam, just southeast of the capital of Maiduguri, submerging homes in neighborhoods. Efforts to capture the escaped animals are ongoing, and the authorities are urging people to remain vigilant as cleanup operations continue. Regina, Traceability TV.
We're now taking a commercial break. Stay tuned for more news updates after the break. Welcome to Traceability TV, your ultimate destination for all things traceability. We're the global platform that brings you the latest in traceability news, interviews, and live event coverage. From in-depth news updates to exclusive interviews, Traceability TV keeps you informed on the practices that are transforming industries worldwide. Our mission is simple: empowering organizations to achieve transparency, accountability, and sustainability throughout their supply chains. Our vision: a world where every product's journey is visible, ethical, and sustainable. At Traceability TV, we offer unparalleled opportunities for brand visibility. Feature your company, highlight your traceability solutions, and showcase your commitment to GS1 standards. Leverage our expertise to create high-quality advertisement videos that resonate with your audience, or sponsor a segment to position your brand as a leader in the traceability space. You can support us by partnering on special projects. Your contributions help us deliver more in-depth analyses and expand our global coverage. Traceability TV is more than just a channel, it's a movement. Join us in building a future where every product's journey is visible and trusted. Traceability TV. We trace it, you trust it. Former Peruvian President Alberto Fujimori has passed away at the age of 86. Fujimori, who was convicted of human rights abuse and corruption, died after a long battle with cancer. His legacy remains controversial in Peru. Here's our reporter with more.
Alberto Fujimori governed Peru from 1990 to 2000, overseeing a period of economic reform and intense political strife. His tough approach to left-wing insurgencies led to accusations of human rights violation, for which he was later convicted. Fujimori fled the country but was eventually extradited, convicted, and sentenced to prison. His family confirmed his passing, noting that he has been fighting cancer for many years. Fujimori's authoritarian leadership and corruption charges continue to influence Peru's political landscape. Evans Lucy, Traceability TV.
As the European Union prepares to enforce its regulation on deforestation-free products for cocoa starting December 2024, efforts are ramping up globally to ensure full traceability in the cocoa supply chain. Countries and brands are working on enhancing their traceability systems to meet the new regulations and improve sustainability.
With around 5 to 6 million cocoa farmers worldwide, traceability is crucial for managing both the quality of the cocoa and the livelihoods dependent on it. In West and Central Africa, Cameroon has already committed to a traceability framework under the Cocoa and Forest Initiative, aiming for complete traceability by the end of 2025. Countries like Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, and Peru are also developing national systems to track cocoa from the farm to factory. These systems include farmers' IDs and GPS mapping to ensure compliance with new sustainability standards. The EUDR will build on these efforts, and countries are preparing by investing in traceability technologies and policies to support transparent and deforestation-free cocoa production. Ronald Reagan, Traceability TV.
Cisco Corporation is leading the charge in food traceability with a new initiative to comply with the United States Food and Drug Administration's food traceability rule, part of the Food Safety Modernization Act. The company plans to implement advanced traceability measures to ensure food transparency and safety from farm to table.
Cisco's new traceability plan involves partnering with iFoodDS, a leader in food safety and quality management. This collaboration will enhance Cisco's ability to track products through the supply chain with real-time visibility. The company is also focusing on supplier collaboration and customer support to ensure compliance and improve food safety. Starting summer 2024, Cisco will use state-of-the-art digital technologies to monitor product movements and address potential issues quickly. This initiative is part of Cisco's broader commitment to leading the industry in food safety and regulatory adherence, helping to ensure the integrity of the food supply chain. Jade Smith, Traceability TV.
In other news, a fashion and textile traceability platform has secured 15 million euros in new funding to enhance supply chain transparency. The platform, Retrace, helps fashion brands track and manage risks within their supply chains. This funding round, led by Partech and other investors, will allow Retrace to advance its use of AI and automation to streamline sustainability efforts for fashion companies.
Retraced platform has been instrumental in helping over 150 fashion brands ensure the transparency and sustainability of their products. The new funding will go towards developing the European Digital Product Passport, which aims to empower consumers by offering detailed insights into the origins of fashion products. As sustainability continues to be a priority for many brands, Retraced is positioning itself as a key player in the effort to meet increasingly complex regulations and improve the fashion industry environmental footprint. Ronald Reagan, Traceability TV.
We believe in the power of standards to transform the way we work and live. GS1, the global language of business.
Welcome to Visibility Sports News. I'm your host Regan Gitao. In football news, Kenyan coach Engin Firat has warned Cameroon to expect a tough challenge in the upcoming 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. Following Kenya's recent win over Namibia, Firat is confident in his team's ability to compete against the indomitable Lions.
Kenya's Harambee Stars are gearing up for a crucial match against Cameroon in the AFCON qualifiers next month. After a 2-1 victory over Namibia, Coach Firat is confident that Kenya can take on the 5-time African champions. Cameroon and Kenya currently sit equal on points, making the upcoming matches vital for both teams. Firat's remarks after Kenya's strong performance in recent friendly matches, with Cameroon hosting Kenya on October 7 and return fixture shortly after. The competition promises to be intense as both teams vie for spot in the 2025 AFCON finals in Morocco. Evans Lucy, Traceability TV.
Kenya Harlequin are in a prime position to secure their second national sevens title as the 2024 SportPesa National Sevens Circuit reaches its climax this weekend in Nakuru. The Harlequins, coached by Paul Muronga, currently lead the standings with 97 points and only need to progress past the group stage at the Prinsloo Sevens to clinch the title. The last national title was won 12 years ago. Last weekend, they stand KCB with a 15-12 victory at the Driftwood Sevens in Mombasa. As they prepare for the season's ending tournament at Nakuru Athletic Club, the Queens will face tough competition from KCB, Cabra Sugar, and Strathmore Leos, all eager to claim the championship.
In Nakuru, Kenya Harlequin will be looking to capitalize on their strong position in the SportPesa National Sevens Circuit. Having won the Driftwood Sevens final against KCB, they are favorites to win this weekend's Prinsloo Sevens. The Queens need to only advance beyond the group stages to secure the second national title in history. Meanwhile, KCB, who are also in Pool B with non-scripts, Mwamba and Nakuru, will be out for revenge after their loss to Queens. They have shown their strength by reaching the Cup semi-finals in Mombasa. Other contenders include Cabra Sugar in Pool D and Strathmore Leos in Pool C, with exciting matches expected throughout the tournament. The two-day event will also feature a schools rugby challenge, showcasing the best young talent from Nakuru and the nearby regions. Regina, Traceability TV. Ungependa kusema nini kwa hiyo maandamano yenye yanaendelea sasa hivi?
Kwa hiyo maandamano sione ubaya. Hao jamaa kufanya maandamano wako sawa.
Okay.
Kwa sababu kwa wao watu wote wenye hapo na watu wengi wameandikwa. Sasa serikali hata ikidecide hivyo kwa watoa itakuwa mzuri, kwa sababu pia wanatafutia familia. Kitu yenye serikali ingefanya ingekaa na hao watu kwanza before waleta watu wenye wanataka kuuliwa hapa.
Okay.
Ndio waongee waelewane. Hawa watu wakitoka hapo wataenda wapi? Hata wenye wana kazi hapo watakuja hapo. Hao wengine hiyo mapengo itakuwa imebaki, watashughulikiwa haje? Mimi sioni hapo kama iko poa. Hao watu kwanza kae chini wa discuss, ndio waachilie hiyo kitu wapeane ile wanataka kupeana. Hayo tu.
Asante sana.
In today's world, trust and openness have become essential in how businesses operate. People want to know more about where their products come from, how they're made, and what impact they have on the planet. This push for transparency is reshaping industries, with consumers, regulators, and employees all asking for greater accountability. For some companies, this shift feels like a challenge, but for others, it's an opportunity, a way to transform the way they do business and build deeper connections with their customers. By embracing traceability and data-driven insights, they're setting themselves apart and leading the charge into the future. The idea of transparency in business isn't new. Companies have always had to share certain information with shareholders and partners, but now we're living in a time where information isn't just limited to a few, it's for everyone. Customers want to understand not just the final product, but the entire process, from raw materials to the moment it reaches the shelves. Businesses that are willing to be open are seeing the benefits. They're turning transparency into a competitive advantage, providing detailed information on how products are sourced, made, and distributed. For many, transparency isn't just about compliance, it's about building trust and fostering lasting relationships with their consumers. Consumers today care more than ever about where their products come from. It's not just about the end product, but the story behind it, the people, places, and processes that bring it to life. Brands like Ball & Branch, a bedding company, understand this shift. Through their original track tool, customers can trace the journey of their sheets from the farm where the cotton is grown to the final product in their hands. This level of transparency allows consumers to feel connected to the products they purchase. In the fashion world, companies like Aeon are taking transparency to the next level. Their digital identification technology gives luxury brands like Chloe the ability to provide customers with detailed information about a product's life cycle. From production to repair, cleaning, and even resale, this level of visibility is driving growth in sustainable, circular business practices. Transparency is not just an isolated trend. It's an industry-wide transformation. Companies are coming together, realizing the power that transparency holds. GS1, a global leader in standardizing product data, is at the forefront of this movement. While GS1 is best known for creating the UPC barcode, they are now leading the charge with a new technology, the 2D barcode. The 2D barcode is much more than a simple price tag. It's a gateway to valuable information. With a quick scan, it can reveal details about the product's ingredients, where it was made, and even certifications around sustainability and safety. At the recent GS1 US Supply Chain Conference, business leaders explored how this technology can reshape the way we think about transparency and data sharing. This is the future of business, where every scan tells a story. The future of business is changing. It's more transparent, more connected, and more accountable. Those who can harness the power of data will unlock new opportunities and thrive in this evolving landscape. In this era of transparency and traceability, businesses have an opportunity like never before. Those who embrace advanced technologies like 2D barcodes and digital IDs can build stronger relationships with their consumers, improve operational efficiency, and create a more resilient and responsive supply chain. Transparency is more than a buzzword. It's the foundation of trust in business, and for companies that lead the way, it's the key to long-term success. Of course, this shift towards transparency doesn't come without its challenges. Businesses have to navigate existing infrastructure, make decisions about new technology investments, and meet the demands of shareholders. But for those willing to take the leap, the rewards are clear. As Carpenter points out, leading companies are finding ways to balance vision with pragmatism. The key is to see transparency not as a burden, but as a bridge to a future where data drives growth, innovation, and trust. The path to full transparency is already underway. GS1 US is spearheading a project called Sunrise 2027. This aims to ensure that retailers across the country will be able to scan 2D barcodes at checkout by 2027. This initiative is more than just a technological upgrade. It's about making sure that consumers have access to richer, more meaningful data when they shop. Businesses are realizing that this level of transparency isn't just a regulatory necessity, it's a strategic move. By adopting these tools now, companies can stay ahead of the curve and better meet the evolving needs of their consumers. For businesses, embracing transparency doesn't just serve consumers, it's also a powerful tool for growth. Companies that offer more detailed information about their products are building deeper trust and loyalty with their customers. In a world where counterfeit goods cost the global economy over $500 billion a year, traceability tools like 2D barcodes help manufacturers fight back, ensuring the authenticity of their products at every stage of the supply chain. As Bob Carpenter, President and CEO of GS1 US explains, data is not a cost of doing business, it's an asset for growth. By harnessing the power of transparency and data, businesses can create stronger relationships with their customers and unlock new opportunities for innovation. Imagine walking through a grocery store and scanning a product's barcode with your phone. Instantly, you know everything about it, whether it contains allergens, where it was sourced, and if it's safe to consume. This is the promise of 2D barcodes, a tool that's revolutionizing the shopping experience. For retailers, it's more than just keeping shelves stocked. It's about ensuring the products they sell are safe and up to date. With this technology, businesses can act faster and more precisely in the event of a product recall, saving time and reducing waste. Consumers, in turn, have more control, making informed choices based on real-time data. It's a win-win for everyone involved.